Why should you not be impeached for this?
Senator, I look forward to discussing this issue further because you are misstating the facts so terribly.
I am reading you the facts from articles in the news, and your usual modus operandi is what you're doing again today, which is just to deny.
Senator, what we do is we enforce the law. But let me just say this.
You're not.
It is stunning to me, stunning, to hear you say that the prior administration reunited parents.
Oh, I see. So this is their fault? But you're not going to take any responsibility because of your policies, and you turn around and blame a prior administration. Mr. Secretary, this is par for the course for you. You do it every time you appear before this committee. You do it every time you appear before Congress. I, for one, am sick and tired of it. You should have resigned long ago. And if you cannot change course, you should be removed from office. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We're working on what we need and what we believe will actually work as well, but we've received very little back from your team to say this is what we need to be able to make sure that we can actually secure things. We're doing things administratively. This is what we need legislatively. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Senator, I look forward very much to working with you and presenting proposals to fix our immigration system, to build on the proposal that the president sent to Congress on his very first day in office.
Well, that proposal was universally not accepted because it actually opened the border up more. So if that's the proposal we're talking about, we're in trouble. Now, 2 years later, the regulatory piece that you're trying to put in place right now with the comment period is very different than what the president proposed on his first day of office, as you know well. When Title 42 ends and that 30% or so that you're turning around then accelerates into the country, a bad situation is about to get much worse. And even some in your own team have estimated we may be at 11,000 people a day illegally crossing the border. Those are numbers literally our country has never seen. Last time that you and I were speaking in this public setting before, I'd ask you about, do we have a knowledge of, at that time you said you did not know at that point. I've not received an answer back yet. Do we know at this point?
Senator, what we are doing, and I apologize if I failed to circle back with you, what we are doing is seeking to have additional countries engage in our biometric data sharing program so that, in fact, the records of individuals are shared between the countries involved in the agreement. So we're very focused on that.
Obviously, we have hundreds of thousands, up to millions of people that are currently in the country awaiting a hearing that are traveling at will around the country right now that we don't know that it's switched to this phone, which you understand now doesn't make calls. It is a tracking GPS device. It's our understanding that those individuals that got that phone now after 90 days are turning that in, or they're not doing that, doing check-in. What we're trying to figure out is how many people are actually checking in, that we actually know where they are, and we're having a very difficult time getting that number. So there's some numbers that we know that you have and that your team has to be able to track, that we're not getting access to it. This is not a partisan issue. When we try to get numbers, it is we'll get them to you when we get them to you. That's a challenge for all of us on this and would not be acceptable for any administration, but we're not getting basic facts and data still. Or if we're getting them very, very delayed. And so it is a major issue to us just to be able to get facts and data at this point.